Everyone, welcome to day 4 of Math 133. It is September 9th, and today we're going to be covering the Chapter 3 project number 1. Hopefully everyone can see my screen. Chapter 3 project 1, mean, median, and mode with StatCrunch. Okay. Um, so, uh, a couple of announcements before we get going. So also don't forget to do the 3.3 lecture notes and the 3.4 lecture notes. Those are going to be used by Cindy tomorrow in Wednesday's class. So try to get those done tomorrow, before tomorrow if you can. But they're due on the 11th. Okay. Today's project is also due on the 11th. So for those of you listening on the recording, you still have time to turn it in before Thursday. It says it's due at 6 p.m. If you turn it in by midnight, I'll still count it as full points. But for those of you on the call today, we're going to have it done by the end of the class. Okay. Also, today is the start of week 3. So up here in our discussion boards, if you are here in Zoom, then you're good. You do not need to do the week 3 discussion board. Okay. I've already gone through and graded the week 2 discussion board. So if you attended one of the Zoom sessions last week, you should have gotten 20 points, even though you didn't fill it out. Okay. For those of you who did fill it out, I graded those, and keep in mind, part of the discussion board is also responding to 2 other people that also posted to the discussion board. So if you're the first one who posts, you're going to have to go back in and post a comment to 2 other people. Okay. So don't forget to do that. If you didn't do week 5, then it's going to be still show, or sorry, not week 5, week 2. If you didn't do week 2 discussion board and you didn't come to either of the classes, then it's going to show as a missing assignment, okay, which will be a 0. Okay, so make sure for week 3, again, you don't have to come to both Zoom sessions. You can come to either the Tuesday one or the Thursday one. I'd love to see you at both, but it's only if you miss both of them that you actually have to fill that out. So, yeah, there are some people that can't come, and they to the Zoom sessions. And this class is technically a fully online class. So, again, you don't have to come to the Zoom sessions to pass. It's just much easier if you do. Okay. So there you go. So that's the discussion boards. Um, another announcement to note. When you turned in your 2.3 notes Google Sheet project, some people turned in the wrong project. They turned in the wrong assignment. So make sure you go and look at that. If the grade says it's a 0 and I'm asking you to resubmit, make sure you submit the correct assignment. Okay. So there's that. And today, okay, so today is the chapter 3 project 1 in StatCrunch. So at this point, hopefully everybody is in StatCrunch. For those of you who are still struggling to get on, we can work on those after we've finished the class and make sure that everything's working for you. Okay. All right. So for those of you on the recording who are not here in the Zoom, I'm going to be going over some parts of it, give you some hints, and then I'll stop the recording and we'll finish the rest of the assignment for those of you on Zoom. I'm here in Canvas, and I'm going to click on the Chapter 3 Project 1 in Canvas. Because there are some links that will take you to it. So there is a link to open the Google document, as well as a video that'll give you some information on how to do it. Okay, so we're going to click on this link for the Google Sheet, and it's going to bring you here. And this is the Google Sheet for everyone, so you can't edit it, you can't type anything in it. You have to make your own version, so you have to make a copy. So you're going to go File and then Make a Copy. Okay. So for the copy, I'd love to if you could put your name in there. You don't have to. You can just save it as whatever, but it does make it a little easier. I don't know why it's marked as fall 2024. You don't have to change that. That's fine. Um, If you try to make a copy right here, you might not have access to this folder, so you might have to save it in a different location. So if you click on My Drive, that will work. Or if you have a folder already made where you can put stuff, that's fine. But My Drive works just as well. And then you'll click Make a Copy, okay? And this is the copy you'll be able to edit, okay? So here we go. So put your name in here, Joe Hopkins. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do today is find a publicly available data set on StatCrunch that is interesting to you. Okay. Your data set needs to have one quantitative variable. Okay. Lots of numbers. So what does remind me, what is quantitative again? What does that mean? What does that look like?
Numbers we can do math with.
That's right. So numbers we can do math with. So can't use something like area code, but something that you can compare two numbers and say, oh, this one's bigger, and that means something. It's this one is taller, faster, stronger, something like that. Okay, farther away. Okay. And we don't need any qualitative variables anymore, so that's for this assignment, so that's fine. So there's a link here for StatCrunch, or you can just go and type statcrunch.com. Just type that in your address bar, www.statcrunch.com, and it'll bring you here. Okay. In the upper right, it might say sign in or register. So make sure you click on that, sign in with your JCC account and the password that you had selected. Um, Once you're signed in, everything should show up as not grayed out. And you're going to click on this second one down here in statcrunch.com. You're going to click on data sets. Okay. And that's going to bring you to the page. We've seen this one before. This is the 5,000 some pages of different data sets, and we're going to choose one of these. But make sure you choose one that's interesting to you. So if you like movies, that one works. Soccer, superheroes, if you like cars. So they said make sure that there's lots of numbers. So unfortunately, the professor's salaries one is not going to work for us. Need to make sure that this size is pretty big. Um, so you might click on one and it ends up not working for you. So Tour de France. Yeah, this malnutrition one is probably too small. It's only 500 some kilobytes. So number of movies. Okay. Yeah. So definitely most of the sports ones will work. So I'm gonna choose I'm gonna do baseball because it's interesting to me. So I'm going to use this one, every 2013 Major League Baseball home run, okay? Which means you can't use this one, okay? So for the projects, I want you to use something different than what I'm using, okay? But you'll click on that one and it's going to open up your data set, okay? So you'll need to take a look at it, make sure it's got enough numbers. So probably like 1,000 numbers or so. So I've got way more than 1,000 rows, so I'm good. And I need to have a column that's numbers, but numbers I can do math on. So I've got a couple of options here. I've got inning, distance, speed off the bat, angle of elevation. So most of these will work. What's this one? Number of stadiums would have been homer run in. Okay, that's weird. Uh, yeah, so this one inning is probably not going to work. Okay. So if I look at the two and I look at the six, I guess you could say that the six is later in the game, but that doesn't really, you can't really subtract those and say, okay, that means something. But this one, distance, I can definitely do. So 353 feet versus 352 feet, I can look at those and I can say, all right, this one was farther by 1 foot because I can do that subtraction. So that actually means something. Okay. So I'm going to use distance for mine. Um, so going back to our project, number one, what data set did you choose? Paste the URL. So I'm gonna grab my address here. I'm gonna right click and hit copy, or you can hold control and hit C, and then come over here and right click and paste, or you can hit control V. Okay. So what kind of data sets did you guys pick? Ivana said she picked one that's 30 rows, but a lot of numbers. Is that okay? So 30 rows means you have 30 numbers. That might be too small. Uh, you could probably get away with like 100 numbers, depending on how much variation there is in them. Um, but I'm curious, what data sets did you guys choose? Superhero one? Okay. Blood pressure. Oh, that's cool. Nice. Medical costs. Okay. Marriage versus economy. That's interesting. McDonald's menu. Nice. Marriage versus economy. I think there was a wedding one in here that worked. Um, Let me see here. Average wedding cost. This one's probably not big enough. Oh, it couldn't even be opened. Oh, how much should you spend on a wedding? That's probably going to work. Nope. Mm, yeah, see, this one's going to be too small. It won't even open for me. That's terrible. Oh, it's because I'm not signed in here. That's why. It's right here. Yeah, this one's too small. Average wedding cost. How much should you spend on a wedding? That one might work. Oh yeah, this one's got 1,000 rows. Yeah, this will be good. So how much should you spend on a wedding? So you could do amount, you could do age. $200,000. Holy smokes. Well, someone said $1 million. No, some 20-year-old woman, 20-year-old female. Oh my goodness. There are some big numbers for males too. This one, $150,000. Hmm. Okay. All right. Let's jump back here. Okay. Question number two. Why is this data set of interest to you? Oh, Kara did pharmaceutical sales. Nice. So I uh did a summer research. I did a summer research internship on the aerodynamics of baseball, which is actually true. I did a research experience for undergraduates at the University of Illinois, and I worked with a professor who had an interest in the physics of baseball. And we had a pitching machine and high-speed motion cameras, and we gathered a bunch of data, and we were measuring whether a if you hit a fastball or if you hit a curveball, which one travels farther? Because a fastball, when you hit it, a fastball is moving faster, but when you hit a curveball, it has more spin. It's spinning faster, so it's moving slower, but it's spinning faster. So, which one do you have a better chance at hitting a home run with? So there you go. Okay. So, um, I'm going to pause here, give you a couple of hints, and then we'll stop the recording. So for number three, um, you'll need to do, uh, oops, that's what I wanted to do. For number three, we're going to do, uh, oh, that's not what I wanted to type. Stat, and then summary stats, and then columns. Okay, so that's what we'll select in StatCrunch. Okay, and that'll give us a drop-down window where we'll be able to fill in everything. And so what you'll do is you'll select your column, and then in statistics, you'll select the mean, and then you'll hold your control button down, and you'll select the median, and then you'll hold the control button down and select the mode. Okay. After that, judging from your answer, we'll figure out if it's skewed left or skewed right. So for that, you'll want to look at the notes table in your 3.1 lecture notes. Okay. That'll tell you how to tell if it's skewed left or skewed right. Okay. And then for this one, for histogram, we do graph and then histogram, and we've done that before. Histogram. Okay. So, okay, great. So I'm going to stop the recording and we'll go and we'll finish this project. Okay.